EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Vegas. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Looking to throw right away. Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they have certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check right.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmunds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now first down carry for Harris. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Pickett will look to throw it here. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
A gain of 14. And the Steelers first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He finds Pickens over the middle. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here in Vegas. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the... So probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
The freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Here's Pickett. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now Pickett on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Raiders nothing.
Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run again with Harris. 8 yards there on a first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Pickett sets up play action. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Pickett. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Austin's got it left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. pass running straight ahead. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Pickett. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Pickett back to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. Again, it's Johnson. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Steelers 14, Raiders nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Austin. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
A 41-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the locker. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down. Yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Hey! Look at my team!
They're going to try and throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his fifth rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Raiders, nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
They'll try and throw for it here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been in
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Max Crosby in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
A 12-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Boswell's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. That quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Pickett. And that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. They run again with Harris. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Here we go, here we go.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Off the option, here's Jacobs.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And then we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well. Because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
No gain on the play.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they get the conversion on a gain of 14.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
So the drive will indeed continue. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Open man, that's Renfro. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Here's Jacobs. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score Steelers 33, Raiders 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
They're on 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
The tackle made by Mike Hilton.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Pittsburgh, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
the losses are